A story of bulletproofing multi-account DR. How Skechers simplified AWS data protection with N2W. Hi everybody and welcome to Myer Media. Joining us is Alon from N2W along with Gabriel from Skechers. Gabriel, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Alon, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Gabriel, what's your role at Skechers?
My role is I lead the cloud platform team at Skechers, which means we handle all of the clouds. AWS, GCP, Oracle, Azure, all of the big players in the fields.
I feel like I don't need to ask what does Skechers do or does, what are they all about? But for those who are not familiar with it, and I wish we had a pair sitting here, what is Skechers?
Skechers is a comfort technology company. And that means that we are making shoes that will last and also give you the comfort and the style that you're looking for.
All right. Alon, N2W, what is your role and what is N2W?
So my role is I'm the Chief Revenue Officer. I joined at the beginning of 2024. And what is N2W? N2W is essentially a ridiculously easy, seriously fast, and highly secure backup and recovery. We focus on cloud native workloads. That's where we started. We're actually pioneers in the cloud native. We started 12 years ago. And that's what we're about.
What is the best part of your role?
Wow, it's a good question, and thank you for asking it. I think I enjoy the the variety of things that I get to do throughout the day. Working with sales, with marketing, with customer success, with RevOps, with R&D. It's very diverse. Enjoy it a lot. And yeah, that's why I made that shift, basically.
Gabriel, what's the best part of your role at Skechers?
So my best part of my role at Skechers is my team. We have a great, fluid camaraderie with each other. We make great solutions, and we work well with the business. And also being able to bring in a cloud center of excellence, a framework, as well as some standardization.
Gabriel, can you talk to me a little bit about the relationship between you, Skechers, and N2W?
The relationship between Skechers and N2W has been very great. This year, we were able to bring a fluid system to Skechers instead of having a mixed ecosystem, which is really going to help us in the future as we start to grow our business.
Was that one of the pain points that you were kind of looking forward to when you were looking for a company like N2W, is to really bring the fluidity between your DR and your solutions?
Yes, that's correct. That's a huge piece of what N2W brings to us to the table that we really like, and we take advantage of, right? The other part is the simplicity of the tool, the management, also being able to get down to file level, running the dry runs for compliance, things like that. Those were the pain points that we just didn't have before, as well as having a solution that could back up to cold storage was a must-have for us.
Alon, talk to me a little bit more about N2W and the solutions that you were able to offer to Skechers and that actually helped their business and the realization of it.
Yeah. Okay. So I think Gabriel touched upon quite a few things here. So first of all, there's a reason why we kind of brought back the ridiculously easy to our messaging and Gabriel can testify to this, and so does a lot of our other customers. When I joined the company, I spoke to a lot of them, and what I've heard time and time again is the simplicity of the product and the ease of use of the interface, of using the APIs, being very, very flexible. And in addition, there are mainly three things that we do really, really well for customers, and again, Skechers is no exception, is the ability to save them money, save them time, and often save them their jobs if they need to recover from a disaster. Those are kind of the main three things that we're trying to focus on our product and the values that we're bringing to our customers.
Gabriel, how does your environment differ from other companies as a retail company?
I feel that our company differs slightly because of the way that the teams work together, the way we gel together, and everyone comes together. There is no egos that I've dealt with at Skechers or had to deal with, and I feel that that really helps us to excel. because we're able to really come together and collaborate effectively and bring out new solutions to the business.
Alon mentioned, their slogan, they're bringing it back, ridiculously easy. Was it ridiculously easy to implement?
Yes, it sure was. It's just a matter of a few clicks, and the support that you also get with rolling out the N2W product is hands down some of the best. They will literally walk you through from the start to finish, and then set up cadence calls with you to make sure that your environment's running smoothly.
How does that differ from other backup providers?
With other backup providers, in my experience, I have not seen that kind of maturity as far as the hand-holding with us, as far as implementing out to weekly cadences without having to ask for another separate type of consulting fee or something like that. And I feel that is something that, is it's a big kudos to N2W, because they are standing by their product and they know that simplicity to it, so they can help you out, get it in place, and you have your job protected, and most importantly, everyone's data is protected.
All right, so this is going to be a question for both of you, and I really want to ask you, Gabriel, is one of the biggest things with backups is the cost. Not of the product, but the cost of storing these backups and holding them on for a specific retention period, for the length of it. How has it been for you in realizing that the cost is not really, draining your pocket?
Well, almost immediately when you plug in AWS, if you're using like AWS Backup or another service, you will see immediate savings. I've been able to save multiple companies, a great amount of savings that the company is able to put back in for more headcount or more products for the business. And that kind of stuff, is what really enables us to keep using the product and having, such a strong relationship. And like I was saying earlier, the ability to store into cold storage, I do not see that out in any other player in the market right now. And I feel that is groundbreaking. That is something that is going to keep your costs low, especially if you're doing tiered lifecycle policing. You can do a full backup and restoration of your VPC in a different region. So it's not just the workloads and EC2 or EBS, but you can actually set it up to do the whole failover. So you can also look at the pricing there, right? With how you get into DR on which region you're going to go into for DR and things like that. So the tool really helps you kind of create that framework and give a molding for everyone to use.
Alon, talk to me a little bit about N2W's cost visibility into their backups and their solutions, and also the restoration into other areas.
Yeah. So obviously from the cost perspective, and Gabriel touched it, the archiving and the tiering for kind of any S3 type storage has been a game changer for us, and I think this is one of our strongest suits. There's also other elements that we can save you money. We have the resource control, which basically enables you to shut off servers that you're not using during weekend, off hours, depending on the teams, test environments and such. And we're thinking about and are actually expanding it to other clouds. So essentially, we started with AWS being our first and primary cloud provider, but we're just bringing data lifecycle management now to Azure in the same form that we do in AWS, and Google and the rest will follow. We have Wasabi tiering coming soon. And,
I like that. Not many people are actually doing
that. We're from a vision perspective, we're really going for kind of the multi-cross-cloud vision, and believe that the customers at this point in time, where we know the cloud is the next big thing, thanks to a lot of things, but also everything AI related, kind of pushes cloud even further. We know that the customers need the diversity, and sometimes just one cloud is not enough. This is kind of where we're going with this.
Are you providing maybe a visualization or an estimate on what the cost
Yeah.
would be for a customer?
Yeah, we do.
I like that because in most cases, like, hey, listen, I would love to restore, hold on to this stuff for 7 years. My requirement's 3, but 7. Well, look at your costs, and now you're like, well, we don't really need 7 years worth of it.
I think you touched a really good point. So first of all, one thing that I failed to mention, and you asked, my bad, is the restore. Okay, I think a lot of people are talking about the backup and cost savings on the backup.
Yep.
But I think your backup solution is as good as its restore capabilities. If it doesn't do the restore properly and in the right way, then it doesn't really matter if you have a backup solution or not. Okay, I think one of the things that we do good, and again, Gabriel can vouch for it, is we have the recovery orchestration or recovery scenarios, where basically you're kind of planning ahead of time how you're going to recover. So when disaster strike, it's a one-click recovery, and you can kind of orchestrate how things are coming back, prioritize servers, authentication servers going first because they need to. So you kind of build your own sequence. You can test it. You can dry run it. It costs you zero money to actually make it. And again, you're measured upon the recovery, not the backup, essentially, okay? Because it's their job on the line when disaster strikes. And to touch upon what Gabriel mentioned on the support, we actually now introduced, it's kind of, we're doing it under the radar, so to speak, is a new type of support tier, which is kind of like a premium support tier, where if there is a disaster, you have like a hotline that you can call and somebody can walk you through it right there and then, and you don't have to scramble around if something doesn't work. And we see that, we're testing it on several customers right now. It proves very, very useful because it comes with an additional, let's call it education that we're doing to customers on a monthly basis to get the maximum out of the product.
So you're walking them through how to do the restore on the premium side as a support tier, helping them out in those the disaster that they need to do, something that maybe they didn't test during it, but they can get back up and running immediately.
So again, it goes back to where I came, I joined the company earlier this year. It was very clear that we're leaving a lot of money on the table, not in the sense that we can charge the customers more. No, I'm saying the customers are not getting as much value of the product that they're already paying. Okay.
There's not many companies doing that. They're looking at how they can charge them more.
So yeah, for us, it's more about, guys, you're already paying for the service. You have super great features and capabilities on top of your hands that you're already paying for. Now we want to do the enablement, make sure that they're using it, because again, at the end of the day, we've been in the market for quite a long time in the backup and recovery, especially in the cloud native space. And we want to make sure that our customers are happy. And Gabriel is a third time customer, and there's a reason for it. We really want to make the product great for customers to come back, because that money that Skechers are saving, as he mentioned, goes back to headcount, goes back to other tools, goes back to education. So that's kind of the vision. That's what the relationship that we have with our customers. That's what we want to go for.
Gabriel, what is one of the features that's most valuable to you in Skechers that you're utilizing from N2W?
Well,
if you can pick one, I know.
Yeah, there's quite a few, right? But definitely the orchestration piece that Alon spoke about is phenomenal. Being able to bring up authentication, DNS, our IPAM, things like that, prior to bringing up our front end and databases and all of that, and being able to get that out with a dry run is something that I haven't really seen that out in the industry. And our compliance department loves it, right? They can look at it. Our disaster recovery manager loves it as well, because he gets a good output to look at, and it's just an all-around great tool.
So you've been able to actually test out this feature and see the dry run go through, that it will work in a DR scenario.
Yes.
Not many actually will implement. They'll say, yeah, we could do it, but we haven't tested it out. We just cross our fingers and hope it works when we need it.
Yes. No, as Alon mentioned, third-time customer, and I have used it previously twice, and one of the times I actually had to use it in a real DR scenarios, and it worked like it was supposed to.
It worked like it was expected. After implementing it, I know you said you're a third-time customer, but I really want to understand, after implementing N2W, how quickly did you realize the business value of it?
Almost immediately. I mean, even before even getting the product, I already had saw the business value. I was able to make the business case for upper management and in all of the companies to see the actual savings, right? In black and white on paper before they even sign off. And I feel that, that's a great way to get what you want done in the industry.
Hey, you know what? Customer testimonials, things that you've already used it, you advocate for it, those are huge value, but rather than going out and trying something, hey, I've used it, here's the actual use case, I had to use it, it worked, right? Ridiculously easy, as you mentioned. Yep. Gabriel, how do you see the backup and recovery industry actually changing in the next 3 to 5 years?
That's a great question. In the next 5 to 10 years, I would say that I think Gen AI, right? Gen AI is the new buzzword out there. Yeah. There's going to be ways that we can be intelligent backing up, whether it be logs or servers, et cetera. When you're working with like Windows workloads, right? You don't really need to back up the whole server. Mostly you just need the logs, right, out of IIS and systems, the event viewer, right? Yep. So I feel like in the future, once we get into more Gen AI and things like that, that we'll be able to really depict how we are actually backing up down to a lower level.
Alon, I know you're customer-centric, but where do you see backup and recovery going in the next 3 to 5, 10, even years out there?
I kind of touched upon it earlier. So first of all, the ability to not be locked in. Like have the ability to work with not just the cloud providers, but other storage types, because the game is expanding, and it's expanding fast, and thanks to AI essentially. Okay, we're in an era when everybody's talking about this being the revolution, the next revolution, and it takes a toll on cloud specifically. So it will redefine how we as a company need to adapt to what customers need, and also it will kind of redefine the market. So I wish I would know to guess on the right direction, but I think the most important thing is the customers, because we are here 12 years in the market. We're very reactionary to what we develop, to what the customers need and want, and I think listening to the customers is a way for us to kind of navigate where we want to go, in terms of the product and the vision going forward. For me, it's just keep, close relationship with customers, making sure that we're satisfying their needs and kind of, listening to what's out there.
Gabriel, speaking of close relationships, obviously, what's next for you and N2W?
So in 2025, we're looking to expand, our global footprint. We are bringing in new regions, and so we'll be expanding the N2W product to those regions that we're onboarding from our global footprint. So we are really starting to standardize on creating a global framework that Skechers uses across the board, and that is part of it.
Alon, what's next for N2W?
Wow, lots of things. 2025 is going to be super exciting. We just spent the last 6 months rebuilding a lot of our customer success organization, so that's going to scale in 2025. We kind of rebuilt the sales organization, the marketing organization. So we did. N2W is going new places. Wow. So super exciting for us.
A huge revamp, it sounds like, totally for N2W.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys are definitely, we've been working together for a while. Like that, we're here, we're doing this recording, a customer case study with Skechers. Gabriel, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, Alon, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. This has been Myer Media. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notify, because guess what? We're out of here.